Hey everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to a vlog sort of thing where I'm going to be showing you my new computer, which is also my first custom PC build, that's awesome. So I'm going to show you me unboxing it in just a second, and once it's all put together, and then I'm going to go over the specs. Specs are going to be in the description below. So I got these two boxes from Amazon. There's two boxes right here. There's one box right here, big box there from Newegg, and then the case from Corsair. It's also, I got it on Newegg. When I was choosing the parts, it's just pixels on a screen, and it's just pictures. It's nothing else, but to actually see it right here in real life, like what's on the screen virtually is now in my house, which that's just awesome. So got my little knife, so I'm gonna get into killing the boxes. So this right here is the, geez, look at that. They strapped it in. I'm just gonna take this out. Oh, cool. So I guess they just put that in there, and I got my little receipt thing. I'm just gonna go over there, throw a box over there, pull this out right there, throw that over there. This is my new CPU. I should have gotten a table or something, but I'm gonna cut into this box right here, and I know what this one is. One was the CPU, and this one, it's a box inside of a box. I ordered a box. It's the hard drive. Throw the box over there. See? It's another box. You just slice right through there. Except it's not going here. Here's the hard drive thing. I'm gonna just throw those over there. You don't need it. Seagate I chose because that's actually what I have in my computer right now, which is a Dell Inspiron, which for what I need it to do, video editing, games, all that stuff, recording, it's not that good. So that's why I'm getting all this. The little piece of paper there, don't need that. Okay, so try to show you. There's the box. So the first thing here on top is a power supply. It's like Christmas. It's awesome. It's like so excited for what it can all do. So I'm gonna rip off all that, throw it over there because you don't need it. Get out of here, plastic. Got all these bubble wrap. Oh, good thing they had it. Look, these two right here, they're deflated. I didn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna pop one. That's not popping. It's just pushing it into the other one. Anticlimactic. It just poked a hole in it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Pop that one. And then got a couple more. There we go. Couple more. Okay. So right here is the CPU cooler. That's gonna go in it. That's actually pretty big to go into this little thing. Here's the graphics card. Oh, dude, this is nice. Okay, so you see it here, and you flip it up, and there it is. I don't know if you can see because there's tons of reflection. Fan right there, and a fan right there. I don't know. It's awesome. Here's my RAM. Throw that box off to the side, and this is the motherboard. Oh, dang. You just open it up and, oh, it's the city. I'm gonna take the optical drive out of my Dell Inspiron and put it in this new computer. Get out of here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, giant case over. Okay, so show you how big it is. This is so awesome. If I can get this thing out. Awesome. Throw the box over there because you don't need it. And take off the styrofoam. Oh, yes. Oh yes, this is awesome. So I'm gonna try to take off. I'll just take off all the cases. It doesn't matter. Case, it won't get shocked. Bag ripped. So right here, you have the window, a back fan. Oh dang, it has cooling on the bottom too. Oh, that's awesome. It's a little mesh. So you can take it off. So you can take the mesh off and clean it really easily. That's awesome. It has 2 fans right there. So that's really cool. Oh, it looks like there's a mesh on the top, but on the inside. That's awesome. Yeah, this is really cool. That's the case right there. Awesomeness. Yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm gonna pull everything back over. Here's the Tower of Awesomeness. I am gonna go get this put together, and it's gonna cut to whenever the next shot is. So I'll see you in a second. So the quality of this probably is gonna suck, but here is a new package. Look, new egg again. Go ahead, review me, take it from a geek. And on the other side, this is so cool. May contain awesome. That is so cool. Like, I want to plaster that on my computer wall or something. But what does this have to do with anything? Well, I put the computer together, and it the CPU is overheating because it's too good. So I had to get a new CPU cooler, and that's what this is, and hopefully that'll fix all my problems. And the audio sucks because I don't have a computer to record the audio. So I'll go through it more later in the video, but I'm just gonna try to cut this open on camera, standing up, single-handed cutting. Yeah, but I wanted to show you that. So yeah, and hopefully I don't cut myself. So far so good. This is very awkward. I've never had to do anything like this before. Open up the awesomeness. You get more of these packets to just squeeze and pop, or just poke a hole in with your finger. May contain awesome. I'm gonna keep you box, so I'm just gonna sit you down there, not throw you like the other ones. It has another fan. I can make it push-pull then. And open this up here, and so here's the cooler. Well, so in here you have your thermal paste and whatever else. This thing is a monster. 6.22 inch or something like that. Like, I don't know, I forgot. That's crazy big though. That's huge. There's the other fan. Very nice. And I'm guessing in this little box here has all the mounts and stuff that I can put this on the other side and everything else. I will be back as soon as I put this in. So the CPU cooler, it helped with the heat, but it didn't fix the computer issue. So I'll explain more later, but what I found out was causing the issue was the monitor driver. And I looked it up and I couldn't find one, so I was just like, I'll get a new monitor. So that's what this is, and I got a knife again to cut open another box. So when this was coming to my door, I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. Opening. Okay, there. This is a HDMI cable, because this screen is actually HDMI, which is nice. And I'm just gonna stick it right on there and kill it, like with that. And in here, what do we have? We have a beautiful HDMI cable there, and throw all that paper out. Oh, jeez. There it is. The beautiful screen. I have to get this thing out. Go away, box. Got this knife here, and cut it open, because I need this to make videos. I haven't been able to make videos for weeks. It's horrible. Come on, you little dumb tabs. Come on out. Why is this so hard? I'm just cutting it. Skip it. Not the best way to open a box, but if it's not gonna open. Oh. Okay, well, that would explain it. I'm doing it wrong, but I don't really care. Okay. Too hard to get open. There we go. Okay, just instructions fell. That's good. Instructions, don't need them. Oh. So here's the stand. Circle stand. Got your power cable right there. I think it's the other half of your power cable and another power cable. I don't know. And here's the top of the stand. And then, ta-da! It's wrapped. Okay. This is crazy. I haven't seen a screen like this where they put the screen separate from the stand, where you have to put the stand on later. Maybe that's what I would need instructions for. The knife away so I don't kill myself. This is on a chair that I found laying around. I was just like, I need something to stand this on, but I didn't want to get a table or anything, so here we go. 23.8 inch screen, which is the diagonal, and it is very nice. So, on the back here, you got your HDMI, DVI, and VGA, and then your power. And I'ma unwrap this right here, right now. Peel it off. Oh, let's go. Clean. Oh, it looks so beautiful. And then there you got a piece on the top. Goes around the sides and the front. Oh yeah, just get all of that off there. Beautiful. Beautiful screen. Lint. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Well, there's your buttons on the bottom there. Right there. And break my back and just kill this bag right here. Ta-da. Kinda looks like a ring light. Like this thing. And open it up. First, I'm gonna pull off this and yes. Looks so nice. And then I'm guessing this side's the bottom and this side's the top. It goes in here like this, I'm guessing, like this. And duh, gotta take the screw out, smart me. And screwing, okay, there we go, finally. And now we can shove this in here and then screw it on. There we go. Snap it on in. And there we go. Oh geez, this is huge. So I'll be back after I put this in. Yeah. Hello? I'm here. Even though this was just a cut in the video, it's been a couple months since the last one, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But here's the computer all done, and after tons of craziness. So, story time, really quick. I got a guy to put it all together, which happened, and I started it up. It worked fine for a couple hours, and then it just decided to not work. After tons of testing, I got into safe mode and found out it didn't like the monitor driver, which you guys know, and I got the Acer monitor, and it still did not work. It still didn't like the monitor driver. So, after that, I went to another person and said, hey, I need to get it fixed, just do what you need to do. So they took it off, and they said the CPU is still overheating, even after the new CPU cooler, so they redid the thermal paste. It's been working for a couple months now, and overall, it's a pretty good computer. It's not the top there is ever. Before, I couldn't even play some games because my Dell couldn't run games that well. So this is definitely an overall improvement. The CPU is a beast. It is so worth the money. One downside to the CPU is that it does get really hot. Like even the dual fan CPU cooler that I have in here, I would say is not enough. I would definitely recommend liquid cooling if you do go with the CPU I got. I actually just got done with reorganizing all the wires. I'm gonna pop the camera off here. Voila. There is the awesome computer. So you can see inside here and on the side, that probably not that good. Other side panel. So this case has two front fans here, which are LED. I got my disk drive here, power button, USB 3, restart, my little stickers. Got the top vent, which I did take the dust cover off to make it be easier for air to get out, because the CPU cooler ended up having to be pointed up, not backward. So instead of having it go in from the front and through the cooler and out the back fan, it has to come in the front and it takes it up out the top and then have this back fan push it out. Here's the back. You can see all the ports and back fan and graphics card that takes up 2 slots there, power supply, and DVI, HDMI, everything. This here, that one's really cool because it's an external SATA, so then I could get an internal hard drive and use it as an external. And so I'm gonna open up the side, which this is probably one of the most annoying things, is these little things, because it's like the case here, it has this little part that extends out, so when you put it in, it like has to fit in right, and then you can screw it in. So that's one thing that's quite annoying. Like, it gets caught and moved around and stuff. But this one does have two panels. Like, here's the window panel, and then on the back has another panel with all the messy cables. So here it is, insides of the computer, which I think for a first time doing cables for me, I think it's pretty good. And the fans and the motherboard and the case and everything doesn't make it like the best. Like, this is kind of an annoyance connecting to the graphics card here, and like the two fans going into the motherboard up top. That's not that nice. And this one here, I had to tie to the outside, like through the outside of the case, and this one here has to go all the way across the graphics card. Let me grab a flashlight. Maybe this will help more, or mess the looks of it up a lot. But computer with flashlight, maybe that's nicer. Semi-modular power supply. All the cables go behind. You have your optical drive up there. Your 24 pin, if that's the right term for your 3.0. USB headers, SATA. All my hard drives there, which this is my new primary with Windows 10, which I didn't expect to be getting, but ended up getting it. Windows 10, it does have some nice things, and it's actually not super different from Windows 7, which I was on. And if you want to know, before Windows 7, I was on XP for the longest time. This one is my secondary from my old computer, and here's my old primary hard drive, so then I can just get anything I need off of it and put it onto one of the other drives. My old hard drive was making some noise, so that's why I did decide to get a new primary. And graphics card, very nice. And back here, your RAM. I just got 2 sticks, and that was a good thing, because you see how close the CPU cooler is to the RAM? It's touching it, to where I cannot add more RAM without getting a new CPU cooler, which I might have to do in the future anyway. Other options would be to put 2 fans up here, 2 more case fans up here to maybe help, but I don't think they'll fit. I think the RAM and the cables connecting for the CPU cooler fans up there, I think they get in the way of the fans, so I would probably have to do liquid cooling to this one and replace this fan, and that might work. These fans do have LEDs. This cooler, it's so heavy, you have to replace the plate on the back of the motherboard specifically for this. That's a plate that's more heavy duty, so it doesn't bend the motherboard. That's the beast, the whole experience and learning process and everything of this has been great. If you want to learn more about computers, I definitely recommend at least designing your own build of a computer. It's been really fun. I mean, there's been frustrating moments, like not having a computer for a couple months because it's overheating or not working or something. Hopefully you guys can learn from my experience, and I can give you some tips on anything. I'm gonna jump over to the parts list I have with prices and basic specs. Hi, I'm here in the corner of the screen now. We are on PC Part Picker, which is an awesome website. So this is the original build that I was gonna do. Here's the CPU. It's a 8-core, 4.7 gigahertz, which is the speed. CPU, that's why I got it. Specs on the side there. The CPU cooler I replaced right here. It's a 54.8 CFM, only one fan, and specs there. The motherboard, here it is. This was the cheapest Asus motherboard that would work with the CPU. That's why I got it, but you can see here's the memory type. Like, it can't take the speed of the RAM. I'll show you in just a second. 32 gigs of RAM, 4 slots, yeah, all that good stuff. SATA 6 gigabyte. Here's the RAM. I actually got mine silver because it was like $5 cheaper, and I mean, silver on the blue motherboard I think would look better, and silver on any motherboard I think would look better. But it's the same RAM basically, just different color. 16 gigs to 8 gig chips, DDR3, 2400, specs there. Here's hard drive. The original plan was to just reactivate Windows 7 onto this one. What we ended up doing was just getting Windows 10. It's just a 1 terabyte HDD. Yeah, all that. Graphics card, 750 Ti. It's a 4 gig GDDR5, which I think it's the cheapest 4 gigabyte GDDR5 graphics card. Specs there. The speed's 1.06 gigahertz. Case, just a Corsair case. That's what it is. And the power supply, semi-modular, 650 watt, and there's specs. This was what the original plan was. This price is not what I got it for. I got all this for, I think it was like $650 because it was Black Fridays when I got it. And then this is what it ended up to be. So a different CPU cooler here, much higher CFM. 2 fans, so it's a push-pull instead. So where you have the one fan that pushes all the air through the heat sink, and then the other one just pulls it out of the heat sink. Specs there. And the other difference was the Windows 10 Pro, and then the monitor here, which basically there's pretty much no difference between this monitor and my Dell monitor. It's 0.8 inches bigger than my Dell monitor. They're both 1080 at 60 hertz. The response time is better than my Dell. That's one nice thing about it. But they both have IPS. They both have the LED backlit. They're pretty much the same monitor. This one has that better response time. But the colors are almost the same. Like, if you put the two monitors side by side, you can tell they're slightly different, but not by much. And I have 2 monitors now, which is great because I was always like, oh, I wanted to get 2 monitors, and now I have it. I thought this one was gonna replace the other one. The original plan was $650 about there, and then I think what it ended up to be was around $800. That's not that bad. Like, all this stuff that you get for that price is so much better than a stock $800 computer. The parts quality that I got here for building my own stock would probably be way over $1,000. So building your PC is definitely cheaper. So if you do want to do high-end gaming, I definitely recommend building your own computer because it is cheaper. A liquid cooler, definitely recommended for this CPU because this is a really hot CPU. I'd recommend a different case if you did go to liquid cooling because the case just isn't built for liquid cooling, and it's a little small, as you could see, for putting in fans and other stuff. This would just show you the process of building my first computer and fun times and learning and all that good stuff and what I went through, so you can learn from mistakes and do better, because you can't really learn all that from a tutorial. Probably rambled on enough. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.